Hello guys, welcome to the playlist of Informatica Power Center. In this video, we will see the sequence generator transformation. Till now, we have covered the aggregator transformation, router transformation, filter transformation, then source qualifier transformation in our previous video. So if you have not watched any videos of that, you can go to my playlist and you can watch the previous transformation videos on my playlist. So in this particular video we will going to see the sequence generator transformation. The sequence generator transformation is a passive and connected transformation. This sequence generation transformation is used for generating unique primary key values, then replace missing primary keys, then generate surrogate keys in dimension table that we will see in later when we are discuss about dimension table and ACDs, that ACD type 1, ACD type 2. We will see that in that particular video, how to generate a surrogate key. Then cycle through sequential range of numbers. So this is the use case of sequence generator transformation. So one of the basic use is to generate a unique primary key values. Then how can we configure the sequence generator transformation, that we will see in the demo. There are some ports in sequence generator transformation, like start value. It specify the start value of the generated sequence that you want to integration service to use the cycle option. From that start value, it will start a cycle, so you can mention that value accordingly as per your requirement. If you select a cycle, then integration service cycle back to this value when it reaches to the end value. Once the end value is reaches, then it will again start come to this start value and start the sequence from this value. Increment by, this port is used to, this property is used to difference between two particular values. If you increment by, if you give the increment by 1, then your sequence will increment by 1, like 1 2 3. If you give increment by 2, then 1 3 4, as per that it will increment. End value, the last value of your sequence. Once the last value is reached, if you give a start value or cycle of option is enabled, then it will again come to the start value and start the sequence again. Cycle, the integration service cycle through the sequence generation. Once the end value is reaches, then it will come again to the start value and cycle is again repeated like that. In current value of property, the current value of the sequence, this will store the current value of the sequence throughout the mapping run. Then number of cache value, this we will see later. The number of cache value is basically used in the reusable transformation. If you are making a sequence generator transformation reusable, in that case the cache value property is used. We will see this property later. Then the reset option is there and tracing level is there. Just so there are some ports like current value and next level ports. There are two ports in sequence generator transformation. The next value port is we can connect the next value port to the multiple transformation to generate a sequence, and the current value port is store the current value, and the next current value is the next value plus the increment value. Like if our next value is 2 and increment value is 1, then current value will be 3. Like that it will store a current value in current value port. So we will see how we can implement this sequence generator transformation. So just for an example, we can see here the next value column is this, like 1 2 3. This is next value column, and current value column will be next value plus 1. See, this is increment by 1, so next value is 1 and increment by 1, so current value will be 2. Like this, next value is 2 and increment by 1, the current value will be 3, so it will assign accordingly. Like this, the sequence generator transformation is used. If you connected only the current value port without connecting to the next value port, then integration service passes a constant value for each row. If you don't connect the next value port to the next transformation, we only connect the current value port, so it will give a constant value like 2 2 2 2 2 to all the port on the rows. So we will see how to implement a sequence generator transformation in Informatica Power Center. So just make sure your services is on. Go to Power Center repository, click on OK, connect to the repository, give password here, Now go to designer, open the folder. In our previous video we have covered the router transformation. You can watch that video. For now I'll delete this. My source is employee. I will input my target. Employee target is my target. Now if I want to generate a sequence, then I will get a sequence generator transformation from here also, or I can go to transformation, create, search for sequence. So here I can find the sequence generator. Just name it as SEQ, any meaningful name. I'll go to the example, create, done. This is my source. I'll take one for I'll take one filter transformation here. I'll take all my port from filter to express source calibrator to filter, and here I can configure my sequence generator transformation. Like I have shown you that next value and current value, there are two ports. So in property section I have start value, increment by 1, then end value, then current value. By default end value will be this, then current value, that is next value plus 1, my next value is 0, then it will be 1. Then cycle option I can enable or as per my requirement. Number of cache value that we will see later. Then reset option is there, reset will be there. So my I will just connect my next value port to my filter, and I'll take all my ports from here. I don't have any column for sequence, so for now I'll connect my sequence column to my manager ID column. I'll connect my next to the manager ID. I can create another column for sequence here, and I can use that target, but just for the example purpose I will just connect my next port to the manager ID, so I can create the sequence here if it is valid. Now go to workflow. Click on OK. Refresh this. Check all the connection details. Source, relational database, Oracle. I will enable the property truncate target. Apply. If I save this and if I run my workflow, so it is running. It is succeeded. It took 10 record from source. Why it is not loaded? Just one time to check. It is true. Maybe this manager ID column, maybe in a key column there. Manager ID. Salary column. One of the port is missing, that's why we get that error. This one, I'll delete this. Employee to employee. First name, then last name, email, phone number, address, job title, salary, commission packet, manager ID, department ID. So for now, I'll connect my next port to the manager ID port. If I save this, it is valid. Go to workflow, refresh this. If I run this, it is running, it is succeeded. Now you can see it took 107 record from source and loaded 107 record to the target. The error which we get previously, that is because of a key constraint. A constraint is missing, so we are now connecting that port connection packet port to the next to my target. That's why we are getting that error. So we will see how the sequence is generated in our target table. Just go to Oracle. Our table is employees target. So we will see in that table how the sequence is generated. Select start from employees target. So we have covered the sequence to the manager. See, that is because of rerun. We have run this previously. That's why it is loading like this two times now. So it of the first time we loaded it, so the current value will be 8, and that's why the second time run it is started from 108. So we can, if you want to start from 1 again, we have to come here, property. We can see here the current value is 108. We have to make the current value will be 0. Okay, save this. That is because of why we are getting the 108 here. We have done this mapping 2 times. That's why the when we run it to the first time, it shows the current value will be 108. That's why in the second run it is taking the current value as 108 start value. That's why if we save this, now go to workflow, refresh this, save it and run it again. I have enabled the target truncate option. So if you see again, it is running, it is succeeded. So it took 107 record from source, loaded. Now if we see a target, so we can see from sequence from that is because of it stores the next value to the second. It is running, taking 107 record from source and loaded 107 if you see the target. So likewise, see 1 2 3 4, likewise this will load the sequence in our target as per our requirement.